That's right. We love Days of Wonder games, and we've got multiple ones, but we do have two Mystery of Abbeys. So this one here is the original 2003 edition, and we have a 2012 edition. You can see they're a little bit different, but both of these are actually unplayed. We have another copy downstairs in the basement that is a more beat up copy that is well played and loved. I guess we don't need so many copies, Emma. What should we do?
Maybe it's time for a Nerd Mimic giveaway to celebrate 3,000 subscribers.
Thanks for clicking on the video. And here on Nerd Mimic, we are going to do our January giveaway for the Mystery of the Abbey board game. This was published by Days of Wonder. And what we have in front of us is an unplayed copy with sealed cards. This is the 2012 edition. And as you just saw, we have an earlier edition of the game, which is actually unplayed as well. And we actually have another version of the game that's in the basement and a little bit beat up. But anyways, we are giving away this extra copy. And why do we have 3 copies? Well, it is a wonderful game. It's one of the few games we have multiple copies of. And you should think of this as Clue, but on steroids. It is a very in-depth deduction game. You can see on the front cover, this has won multiple awards and includes the Pilgrim's Chronicles expansion set. I'll unbox this game for you in a bit, but let's take a look at the side panels. You can see it's very good condition. It's not scuffed up. And on the back of the box, you get a sense of what this game is going to entail. You play on a large board here, and you have a pad where you're going to check off and rule out some suspects. This game has multiple cards and tokens that are still sealed. And let me show you that here. And I'll tell you how you can win this prize in a bit. All right, got the lid off here. And of course, we're gonna have a rule book. Let's just flip through it very quickly here. And I was contemplating doing a how to play session with gameplay with my daughter. But the part of the reason why we're not is this does, just like Clue, need 3 or more players. And I'm waiting for my boy to get a little bit older, and maybe we'll do that in the future with the earlier edition of this. This game will include the catalog, and I guess this is probably dated 2012 or something like that. And these are the games Days of Wonders had back then and still have right now. Let's see what this also has. This also has a little newspaper type advert marked Fall 2011. Yeah, and like I said, this is basically an unplayed copy. Here is the game board. It's shiny and brand new. You have the deck of cards that are sealed. You got the dice. You got this little bell that you ring after each round. Got little player aids for, I believe there's 6 of them for a 6-player game. We have a pad to rule out your suspects. Multiple sheets there. We have a bag of tokens that will be placed in the insert here. It's all sealed up. And I should also mention, and don't worry, there is a fix for this, that these cards are sealed. And I did open up this deck. And why did I do that? Well, it turns out the 2012 version had a misprint of some of the cards. And I wanted to confirm if this had that misprint or not. And basically, you have these mask cards. I don't want to mess it up here. But there are these cards in here that when you reach a certain point in the game, you're going to use these mask cards to tell you how many suspect cards to pass to the next player. In this edition of the game, all the cards said 2, but that is actually an error. As the game escalates in rounds, you're supposed to pass more cards, and so they should actually have higher numbers going all the way up to 6. This does not. However, there is a patch, and I was able to get hold of it. So these are the corrected cards. you can see here that this tells you to pass 6 suspect cards, not 2. So I do have the patch here, and so this game is patched and fixed, so don't worry about that. It also contained a little errata, and you can see here that there was a misprint of the mask cards from the original deck of this version, 2012 version of Mystery of the Abbey. And to play the cards, you need the replacement cards from the deck. So that's pretty much it for the components. This other deck is completely sealed. As I mentioned, I only opened up this one just to see if the mask cards were misprinted. But the fix is here in the bottom of the well. We'll put this back and organize it. And then we'll give you details on how you could win this wonderful Days of Wonder Mystery of the Abbey unplayed copy. So how can you win this awesome prize? Well, of course, you need to be a subscriber, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. The other thing you need to do is leave me a comment down below of what distinguishing feature might separate you from the rest of the crowd. So in this game, different suspects have, say, facial hair, and some do not. Some have a hood on, and some do not. And that's how you weed out suspects. So for me, one of my distinguishing features is I have a large freckle on my cheek. So that might be something you could separate me from the rest of the crowd, and I'll leave that up to you what you want to pick. Now, the other thing we're going to do is end this contest on January 31st. So the last day of January. That gives us about 3 weeks. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have to restrict the shipping to the continental United States, as it is a pretty big, hefty board game. And if you happen to live outside the US, I'm happy to mail this to a friend or family member within the United States. Once you leave a comment down below of your distinguishing feature, that'll count as your main entry to win this prize. You can also earn bonus entries to this prize by leaving a comment in the first 24 hours of each of our upcoming videos, and we post nearly daily. So each time you do so, you will earn an extra ticket to win this prize. We have done this mechanic before in the past, and it's engaging for me to read the community responses, whether they're good or bad, and it helps draw attention to our videos. So thank you for doing so. I look forward to reading everyone's comments, so I get to know you a little bit better, and you get to know me a little bit better. As always, your time and attention is always appreciated. Keep on adventuring out there, and good luck.